So let's talk about the things what we're discussing today. Yeah. So we are discussing about the exception handling, right? Like suppose if you are working with Python files and if you are facing any issues and if you want to handle that to get, suppose just take this small example and we were discussing yesterday. Command prompt, where I mean, oops, now Python exception. Yeah. These first two lines are working fine. And here in third line, we are getting error. That is called division error, right? This is called exception handling. So how we need to handle this one? Suppose we are getting the complete like 4 to 5 lines. Sometimes some programs might give are like 6 or 7 lines also sometimes. So, instead of getting that, we'll just track to not getting the complete information. We'll just try to get only the error. What is the message like this error, this zero division error, right? This one, just try to get only that one. Now let's see the script. So before that, I would like to show you a small diagram of exception handling, that like this one, hierarchy, how it looks. Sorry. Yeah, see this one. So this is Python's exception hierarchy. That means what it is, just like it is a base exception, guys. Everything under means being a base exception. So after that, we have multiple classes. So it is the main exception class we have. So we have exception, system exit, generator exit, and keyboard interrupt. Like these are the many things we have. Did someone joined? Okay. So here, what we are the error we're getting, arithmetic error. That is the one. So zero division error. I think we can't see this one. Yeah, see this one. Zero division error. We are getting right. See. So if you are making any issues with the script that is dealing with the integers, then we'll get this error. Now let's try one more error. I'll just show you. 5 plus integer. So now I'm just trying to concatenate both integer and string. So now let's see what type of error we'll get. See, we're getting type error. So this one is different and this one is different. See. Now let's see this hierarchy where we can see that type error. Okay, not type error, it is value error, right? Okay, this one, yeah, this one, type error. See, we have multiple errors for different types of exceptions. So this about only arithmetic errors, we'll get the zero division or sometimes floating errors, anything. So this is just about only hierarchy, how it looks. Yeah, now let's see that this diagram. So every exception in Python, it is a class, guys. Every exception you can see file not found, or as like type error or zero evidence. These are just like classes. That means how they created in the backend means. Sorry, class. What is that error name? Type error. So they might have created like this inside of that. So what they will do some logic. So here what type of error this one, right? So they will give some instructions like to this class. So if user trying to add integer plus string, then call this error, call this class. There is a type error. That's the one we are getting here. So internally they will create multiple classes for each error. And sorry, see, base exception class is a root for all the exception classes in Python exception hierarchy. We have just seen that. And all exception classes are child classes of base exception. That means like we're just inheriting that. And we can handle exceptions by using try and except keywords we have. So we can just control this, not getting this complete information. We can get like we can just try to get only the class name, what type of class error we have. We can deal with this try block and except block. Now let's see. So try block, let's see. First of all, what is try and except? So these two are keywords, guys. Till now we have seen multiple keywords, right? So these are the try and except, and there is one more finally. We'll discuss that later. For now, we have in exception handling class, we have try and except. So how to use this? Try is a keyword in Python. So this one, the code which may raise an exception, that code we need to write inside try block. Now let's see. We'll just take this small example only. So here we are getting some error, right? So to handle this one, we have to use try keyword. So this is just try keyword and just colon. So after colon, we have to follow the indentation, right? So next one here, we assumed we are intentionally telling that. So this is here we are getting some error. So just try this to handle the error. So now this one try, if you are not facing any issues in this one, it will simply execute try block. But this line is giving some error, right? So that error I want to capture here. That is called except keyword. Again, here we have multiple combinations, guys. This one we'll discuss later. For now, I'm just giving only except. The above line might throw error. So now I'll just skip this. Now see here, if you get any error here, so this except block will execute. If you're not facing any issue in the try block, only this try block will execute. It is same like if and else. Just remember that. Now after that, when you are not using try and except, the program terminating here itself, it is not executing the next lines, but these lines are good, but it is not executing. Right now when I use try and except keywords, the next lines also will execute. Now I'm just running the script. Okay, sorry, here. See, we are not getting right now, like we are not getting the error. Why? Because in the try you are getting the error. So do one thing. So in try block, just keep the code which it is raising the error. You're not sure, like maybe just try that, and if you have any issues, just accept, will take that and it will just print something. See, now it is printing these two lines as well as this except block, because in the try we are getting error. See, the above line might throw error. That means it is like executing this except block. Next line it is working fine. See, now it is not terminating. So this is the diagram you can see yesterday. This one, see, alternate way to continue flow of program. See, till here we are getting some exception. That one we are just changing the route and to go as a normal flow, right? So here we're using the try and block. So try and accept. Yeah. So here except block, except is a keyword in Python again, then corresponding handling code for exception. This one corresponding, this is the corresponding, that means I can say responding. Okay, it is meant to this one, so it is related to this. So if any error occurred in this try block, then this except block will execute. So we need to write inside except block something like print or like anything to just tell. So we have raised, like we got some error in this one, so that's why I'm executing this except block, this Python telling to you. Now let's see how this try except flow works. If any exception raised in try block, then only execution flow goes to the except block for handling code. That means here itself, see, here we're getting error. So that's why you don't want to terminate this line to handle this complete error, and it is executing the next line. This is how the flow is going. See, then only execution flows go to the except block for handling code. If there is no exception, then execution flow won't go to except block. Now see, here if I don't have any issue, it is printing normally. It is just printing the try block. So if you have any issues, then only except will take off this except coding. Suppose if you miss this except block, now if you just run this one, suppose, see, it's giving syntax error itself. Why? Because this one, okay, let me put this one as well. Okay. Unexpected syntax, something is messed up. See, we are getting, because there is no except block. That's why it is doing, it just always gives the like syntax errors only. This one more error, see, this syntax error. This is one more class syntax we have. Now that's why wherever you use try block, just give the except block. It is mandatory, guys, because to handle the error, So just try block, sorry, except block is always to handle the code. That's see here the syntax. Try code which may raise an exception. We are not sure whether it will raise or not. If it is not raising any exception, that is good. Anyway, it will execute the try block. If we have any issues, that means to see the complete information, if you just simply give some print statement in this except, then we'll understand, okay, we got some error in this one, so we have to fix this. We can create a reference to exception class and print to see the information. Okay, now let's see this one. Before that, I need to explain this one. Before this step, print to see the information, this one I need to show you the combination. See, the following are the various possible combinations for except block, guys. See, except zero division. Let's suppose, sorry, always opening this one. Here we thought like what is the error we'll get? Zero division error, right? So just pass this same class here after except, just pass the class name. What is the class? Zero division error. So it is already. Suppose here if you just pass like something else, syntax error. You're not sure what type of class name you need to pass, but simply just give the syntax error. It is giving something like that. It is just giving suggestion. In this try block, we will get this zero division error, but you're given syntax error. This is a combination, guys. If you don't know anything, just simply give this last combination except of. So if you know the already errors names, that is the class names, just pass the class names here. Just zero division error or except. So this one. Now see this combination. Till now you're seeing except zero division error, right? Let me try to create one object. You guys remember, once you created any class, to access the members from the class, we need to create object, right? The same way here after syntax, this is just calling this class. Now instead of calling the class, I'll just create object to that. So earlier, how to create object? Object equals to that class name. Like this, right? Now, this is also valid, guys. Here also you can write, but this one should be always in except only. And this one is possible, and one more with keyword is there. That one we'll discuss tomorrow, how to do that. Now this except here, class name as here. You can just pass any object here. This is similar to this. Object equals to syntax error. The same way, this line, instead of writing this, we can write like this as alias. That means we are just creating object to this class using as keyword. As you remember, right? That is aliasing. Now it is like creating object as well as the aliasing. So instead of printing that, I'll just give object. I'm just simply trying to print that object, what it will give. So let me change this one because this is zero division error, right? See, earlier, suppose, let me just remove and divided by 0. What is the message we are getting? Class name, and what is the message? Zero division by this one, right? See now. Zero division error, class name. And when I run the script, what is the message we are getting? Division by 0. So you're just trying to divide a number with 0. That is the complete information you're getting. So instead of handling like this is good, right? So instead of seeing the complete error message, if we want to deal with the handle or like errors, we can use this except block. So using just as, that means is aliasing or as like object, we can call it. So instead of, suppose, just you don't know like what type of error you'll get. You know only some error class name, that is zero division error, type error, syntax or value errors. So instead of directly giving only one class name, you can pass here. Just open one parenthesis. Instead of, if you are passing only one class, you don't need this parenthesis. If you are passing multiple classes here, just take the complete one parenthesis here. Guys, remember about inheritance, right? Inheritance, I was just passing multiple classes, right? The same way here in except also we are passing multiple classes. That is zero division error or type error or syntax value error. Next, just tell me anything we have. Index. Okay, yeah. Yes, index error, like where we'll get in slicing we'll get. Okay, let's see, we'll try that. We'll try to, now we have seen that zero division error, right? Here we'll just try to raise the index error. How means A equals to SLP. Just take this one and just print A, sorry. Print A of, suppose the index 2, right? Only I'll just give 5 in A of 5. Now what is the normal A of 5 means? What is the index? This one will get, right? Now let's see. See, string index out of the range. Suppose A equals to SLP and A of 5. What is they getting here? Index error. See this one, index error. So what is the message inside of this index? String index out of the range. We are getting this one, right? We are just trying to print the object here, this one as object. So which one is refers to then it will just calculate that. Suppose this try will help you what class of error we are getting here. This one it will take. So and it will verify. So where user has given. Suppose if I forget this one, if I just remove this one, it will give the complete error again. See, it is giving the complete error message instead of like this, because we missed this index error over here, just giving, right? So about this one, this is the combination. So now I have seen just except only giving the class name as message of to just print what type of message you'll get. And we can see that only this is just fine again. You don't need to, this one, you're not printing anything, just only print message here, this third one. Suppose if I don't give any object, print anything we can give. If you don't give as any object over here, it can print anything. Let's see, it is just simply printing anything. So I don't want to print like that. I want to print the exact error message, what of class holding that message. So that's why I'm using as an object name and just simply print that object. We're getting, it is handling that error. So this is exception handling. So how to handle with the errors when you're facing something. Now these are the 5 valid combinations. Except means simply you don't need to give anything. Just simply give except and just some print message. That's it. Now let's see this one. This is the line. We can create reference to exception class and print to see the information. We're getting the information this one now. String index out of the range for type error. Now try with multiple except blocks. Yeah, now it's valid. Earlier you guys remember like if and else we are discussing, we can write n number of elif conditions. The same way here, we can write only one try, but we can write n number of except classes. Now let's see, using the same example. Let me take the same one. Sorry. So instead here, take same thing. Sorry, type error. Let me take a obj one. I'm just taking different objects for different classes. Index. It's a good advantage when you're working with the Notepad++. It will give you this suggestions itself here itself. Now see, so we thought like this one will give the index error. So now it will check in this except. So where the index error, it is not this one. So it will not check this one. So it will not print this. Then it will come here. It will verify. So index error is not there. Then it will come in this except block. So here it is there. Then it will print the information. So again, it is the same thing. So we can write either this way, it's like giving all the classes in one except block, or else we can create n number of except blocks. This is valid. Just to show you. So try with multiple except blocks. The way of handling exception is different from exception to exception. So for every exception type, a separate except block will have to write. So we have written right. See this one. It's completely different for each object. So note, we can write a single except block that can handle multiple different ways of exception. This one. Just we discussed this one. We can write a single except block that can handle multiple different types of exceptions. So here parents is mandatory and this group of exceptions internally considered as tuple. This one we are passing like all like class names as a tuple, guys. So this is about completely exception handling using try and except block if you're facing any issues. So after that, we have one more keyword finally. After that, I will show you that on real-time example, how to use this connecting to the database. For now, just discuss this finally block, what it is. So in any project, guys, after using all resources, it's a good practice to do cleanup activities. Let me tell you something for this one. Suppose in your current project, you're just connecting to the database, some database. And after that, in try block, you will just give the complete connection database. And in except block, you will just give some print message. You're not sure what in message will get. So just give some print because host name or like username or password you're given enter wrong, something like that. And next finally block will be there. That means in try block, everything is good and you are getting some data from the database, everything goes well. Then after try block, except won't execute because already try is executed. Then it will come to finally. That means we have to close the database connection. So those all types of close activities we have to do in finally only. Why? Because see, if any project after using all the resources, that means we're connected to the database in try block. And it's good practice to do cleanup activity. That means closing the browser or like closing the database or closing the Excel sheet, everything. So a separate place is required to do all the cleanup activities. These kind of activities will be done inside the finally block in Python finally block. Let's see how we can do that. Before that, let's see small things. Finally block. So finally, it is a keyword in Python. We will use finally block to do cleanup activities only. Other purpose, we don't have any other purpose with this one. Now let's see how we can do that. Suppose where is that? This one only. Take this example only. Finally. Everything is done. Sorry. So now, irrespective of except and try block, finally always will execute, guys. Suppose here in the try you are getting error, right? Here in this except is work like executing. Now after that this line will execute, then finally will execute. So it finally won't depend on except or try block. It will always execute. Something did I messed up? One sec, did I miss something? Just I need to confirm that. Otherwise, no, everything is fine. Then why? This is the problem sometimes. Is about decorators. Finally, why it is throwing error? Everything is done. Okay. Why everything is done? Did I miss something else? What is the error exact? Finally, line 30. Some syntax is messed up. Just to verify that. Let me check. It's correct only. See? Until it won't change the color. So just you normally, this is just like variable. See, it's just like normally. This is the keywords that is just giving the color. But why? Where is the error? Okay, let me remove this one sec. Okay. Because of that. Okay, fine. But why error? I need to check that. Okay. When you have this one, I think maybe because of that. Okay, I think maybe you not to give any lines after the except and finally. Okay, that's good. And a good line for me as well. And don't feel ashamed of to learn anything, guys. That's one thing. Even I don't feel shy. It's a good thing because everyone knows everything. So, okay, after except the final block is executing anyway, see, irrespective of errors, the string error, this one is working fine. After that, final is also executing. So, because this finally won't depend on any try or except, it will execute always. If either you're getting error or not, it like suppose here if we have just give 2, given p value, that's fine, everything is done again. So this finally block we use to clean up the activity, that means closing the cursor or like closing the connection, anything. So coming to the try block, there is no guarantee like every statement will be executed inside try block. Why means suppose if you place like this statement as like database connection in the try block itself, maybe that time if we get any error means how we'll close the database. If the try block we are getting the error, how means that means it will come to accept, but we are not closing the database, right? So that time, that's why we have to keep always things in the finally block only. That's why these the lines. Last two lines, this one. So there is no guarantee like every statement will be executed inside try block. So it is not recommended to write cleanup activities, that is code, inside the try block. So always better to use finally block. So the specialty of finally block is it will be executed always irrespective of exception raised or not. That means throw error or not. So exception handling or not, that is good. So this is about complete exception handling, guys. So any questions in try or except or finally block? Any questions or anything? Okay. Then before shaping into the next last topic, let's show you the actual real-time example, how to use this one, this try block. So for this one, I just install one MySQL, this one, guys. This one we'll discuss in the Django. So this is the one. This is completely MySQL workbench software. So in this one, we can create the databases, and inside database, we have some tables. Everything will be there. Yeah. Suppose you already open, right? Select database. Okay. Show database. I'll just show few queries, guys. Same queries using in the Python. How to do that? Show databases. So what are the databases we have here? All these are the databases. So when I use this show databases query, this is the queries. This is about SQL query, structure query language, how to use this one. See here, we're getting the complete database. On the left side, you can see, we can see all those. So these are the databases. Now, if you want to use any particular database, just use keyword. This is the one keyword in the SQL. So which database will just use student. See, it is, see that here in information. Use database, it is affected. That means it is working fine. Now, select star from. Okay, let me show you some tables. What are the tables here? Okay, show tables. Instead of like that, we can just do this. See here, these are the tables which we have in class, like student databases. Now, let's try to fetch some data. Select star from which table we have data. I'm not sure like which table we have data, so that's why. Okay, let it be take some CBV app. So this is just selecting this one, and if you just place somewhere cursor and this one will, anyway, I'll teach you on Django. Okay, that's fine. See, we have only, this is my son's name. So we are getting only one record in this table. So earlier I was telling, right, Amazon database. So just assume this is the some database, and the table, this is the some table, that is price. So price table only product and the price value of that and what complete information of the product, right? We'll get that. So just assume that the same way. So this is how the data will be placed in the database. Now I have done this all manually, just entering, right? Now let's see how to use Python to connect to this database. So before that, to work with this MySQL or as like Excel or like some notepads or like anything, we need to work on some packages. You guys remember the package we discussed, right? That package we have to install first of all. So to work with this MySQL, we have a number of packages are there. To check that, just go to Google. PyPI. This website you guys remember? Python package indexing. So every packages, suppose you are once you become developer, Python developer, and you got some idea, like you need to work with something else, you're not sure, like a browser, like anything, and you got some idea, you just develop some code, just like some module, and just place that in this Python package, in this website. First, they will Python developers, they will verify once it is good, then they will give some name to your package. How that means? MySQL. So you got some information for your script. They will give some name, that package name. So people from around the world, they can use your package. That means your code they can use. So now I need to work with this like this database. There is MySQL, right? So we have n number of packages are there. One is MySQL is there. At least one more thing, MySQL connector is there. So this one, MySQL connector and Python. So this one. So MySQL connector is there. MySQL connect. So multiple developers will create multiple types of things, right? The same way here we have many things. So here I'm just going to use MySQL connector. So how to? So now I need to work with this one, right? What is that? Some database. Now how to install this package in my local system to work with this, to connect the gap, that means bridge Python to MySQL. How to connect the bridge? That means we can use this package, guys. This one. Just how to install this one? Just copy this one. This is the command, guys. Pip install. This is the command. This is the package. Now Python indexing package. This full form of PIP. Python indexing package. Now comes to your this one. Yeah. So whenever you install Python, this PIP will install automatically. Now just simply type PIP install, or just like what is the one which you copied, right? This one, this complete thing from you just copied and just paste it here. Just click on right click, it will enter in the command prompt. So now for this one, internet connection should be there. If there is no, it will disconnect that. So now this PIP, it will connect to this website, to this website. From here, it will download all the packages. Now see, whenever I click on enter, is it downloading MySQL? So once it downloaded, it will install in collected packages. So now it is successfully installed MySQL. Now I need to check. So how to check all installed packages in your Python? Just type pip install, sorry, list. Now it will give the complete list. See, these are the all packages which are working. So this one, this unicorn, if you want to run the web server, this web browser using Django, we need this package, Unicorn. And something else, this request. Suppose once you developed any APIs using Django, to test this APIs, we can use this request. Everything we have some libraries only, or like some packages. Now, what is the one which you have installed? Okay, see this one, guys. Open PyExcel, right? If you want to work with Excel files, we can use this package. Tomorrow I will show you this one today. For now, I need to check this one. See, MySQL connector Python is done. It is installed. Now, how to use this one? Now, come to the script actual ones. Here. Do you guys even remember like how to import this some external packages? We're using Reduce. You guys remember Reduce, right? We're using function tools. The same way here, you need to import this one. So from MySQL connector. So this one you need to give just MySQL connector, not Python. Just give the complete package. Import. Next, we need to connect this one. Here itself it is giving the suggestions connector. So after the connector, we need to pass some values to this one, like how means. Before that, go to this website only again. See, okay, it is dot. Sorry, hyphen guys, dot. Sorry. See, from MySQL import just connector. See, they're just directly importing. Why? Because they're again using. Okay, we'll do the same thing again. How they're doing? Just import MySQL dot connector. We'll just use aliasing. MySQL. Now this is fine. Now we need to create one object, guys. Why? Because once you want to create a bridge between this and this one, like MySQL to a Python, so we have to create one object. That bridge is the object, guys. So that is the object equals to, we have to use this one, MySQL that connected that connector. So guys, remember, in your class, you have a number of instance methods. But how to call those methods? We have to create object, then using the object dot, and we can call that method. The same way here. MySQL, this is the connector. This is a function they have created. Function dot, again, they have created one more function. This one will teach you in the decorator next class. Before that, let's see. Function, this is a package dot connect off. This is a one function only. So I'll just use MySQL because I've used as aliasing MySQL dot connect. Connect or connect? Connect only. Okay. So here connect again. This function accept multiple variables, guys. The one is host. That means IP address of database. Now this database is installed in my local, right? That is local host. Suppose the same database installed in the AWS or like Azure clouds, they will give some IP address. You guys remember, right? I have to know the IP of IP config. Okay, I think maybe see IP config. See here you can see, right, this one. This for system ones. But once if you go to the like any clouds, for every pack, like any softwares, like either it could be a database or like your website. Every website, just suppose we have some command called okay, let it be. Okay. For every website, some web address, like some IP address will be there, right? So using that one. So here we have installed that in local address. That's why we will give IP as local host. And while discussing about the Django, I'll tell you how to install this SQL in my like AWS cloud. There I will use the IP address. For now, just see. Here it will take 4 values, guys. One is host, and one is user, and that is password, and next one is database. Instead of database, because I want to tell you, right, this one, how to show database is everything, right? The same way, that's why I'm just giving only 3 values. One is host, user, password. So instead of password, so because someone don't want to see your password, we have one built-in package that is get pass. So if you use that, when you enter something in the command prompt, it won't show you. Let me show you that. So instead of here, host equal to, what is the password? So anything, guys, in the variables, you have to pass, like either it could be a host or IP, anything we have to pass it like as a string. Here, what is that? Local host. So user, what is the user here? Let me check. I think it must be root here, I guess. Yeah. Okay. I think before that, I need to show you this one. I'm just closed everything. See, whenever you just open MySQL, it will be like this. Now you need to connect your root. See this one here. You can see local host 3306. It is a port. Forget about port now. This is the IP. Local host is an IP now. So when I just click on, it is just directly connect because the password is already saved. That's why that is the local host. And what is the username? That is the root. I'm just passing that root here. Password, I'll just take one more PWT, guys. Why? Because I just want to keep it personal. So that's why. So this is the package we have, get pass. So using this one, user can't see the passwords. Like suppose if you want to see demos anywhere, you can just simply use this get pass. Now just take some variable. What is the variable I just used? PWD. PWD equals to, now just use that package dot. So in this package, we have one function that is get pass again. This one is simply related to your input. So instead of get pass, if you just simply pass input, it will show you enter anything, right? The same way here, if you just use get pass, it will not show the password. You just simply blank only. Now enter password. Now let me put this complete thing in try. Why? Because I want to show you that error, right? How to handle this one. Here First time I will give wrong password, then I will give right password. Let me show you for that everything. Now object after connecting to a bridge, that means we construct the bridge. Now I need to go from Python to the database, right? This using this object, we can use execute command. So before executing, we need to place one cursor. Let me show you. So here, suppose see this one only, this notepad, or it's like any notepad or like anything. If you just click on somewhere else, here so you can see it is blinking, right? This is the cursor. We need to place the same way. We have one built-in method that is cursor. Now, what is the object? This one. That is the bridge, right? Bridge dot. Just use cursor. So whenever you just see this one is blinking, right? The same way Python script also will do that. It will blink in the back and it won't show you. It will just simply blink that using this cursor object. Now, before that, here you need to pass one more variable. That means variable equals to v, because once you created the cursor, that we need to execute the commands, right? So to execute the commands, we have to use this object, guys. How I can say that in example? Okay, now I created one bridge, right? That is the object. Now I place the cursor. That means we need to start walking. That walking is like this object, guys. Cursor. Just like now using walking, once you started walking, then once you reach the database, then we'll just knock the door, right? The same way. This is that object, guys. Cursor is just like walking, and this variable is just like knocking the door. Now using this knocking, I'll just use var dot. We have one more method called execute. I think maybe in the database here you can see cursor. See, get the cursor. That means start walking on the bridge. So after that, execute we have using this one. See, execute, that means knocking the door. This is the knocking the door using execute method. Once you get the data, so once we start knocking, people will come, right? Definitely, if once you start knocking the door, this is the one. So that result will be stored in this fetch one somewhere else, like in this cursor only. It will be stored again. I'll show you that. So here we're just executing what it is. Show databases. So what is the command we used here? It is messed up. Yeah, see, same command I'm just going to use here. Show databases. Now everything will be present inside this var. Now when I just run this one, so these all databases, right, will be present inside this cursor object. Now how to print that? Just print var. Just var means it will just print again like object only. It will not print everything. You guys remember about tuple comprehension? When you just try to print tuple comprehension, it was giving the object, right? The same way, when you just try to print var, this is the cursor, it will give the object only. We'll just see. Now, this is fine. Everything is okay. See now, in the try block, we're just trying to connect to the whole like database. And this cursor object just placing the bridge between that. And just execute, just knocking the door. Once you knock the door, they will give something. That is the data. We're just storing in this cursor object. Now we're just trying to print. Now everything is in try block. Now suppose I'm just giving except here to only print, because I'm not sure like what type of error you'll get right here. User entered incorrect details. Sometimes if you enter Gmail password incorrectly, you'll get some message, right? Incorrect password, something like that. The same way, I'm just giving the message. User entered incorrect details. Now after that, I need to close the object, right? Object dot close. Now let's see. So first I'll just run the script and I'll show you how to enter this password. This will work. CLS. Now let's see about okay, PY exception handling. Something is messed up. Okay, which one you are running, by the way? Okay, MySQL. Okay. Okay, this is one more different type of error. Module not found. Okay, this is fine. Now why it is throwing error? Okay, let's check. Connector dot connect only. We're just passing and just okay. Everything is fine. User okay. User passing values. It's fine only, right? Everything is good. Okay. I'm just putting everything in the try block only, guys. Instead of that, let's see. Okay, fine. Okay, I'm just closing that. The password of CLS. So it is prompting me some password. That is my password. I'm just entering. So I'm just entering. Just see. VKR. Yes, CNC. No, right? So that is the advantage with the get password. See, object is not defined. Okay, close. So we are getting error here in the finally. So let me check that. Okay, we need to. Okay, we're using object shorted, right? Then why? Why? It is the problem. Let it be. For now, just see. I'll just remove this one now. Why it is not giving? Okay, fine. User entered incorrect details. That means, I think, did I miss the details giving? Everything is fine. Okay, let me give the database also. Let's see if we get any error. No, right, see, everything is fine. Did I miss comma, localhost? Everything is fine. Again, host. Okay. I think problem with this one or what? Is the problem, guys, sometimes might face. Connector object, everything is fine again. Again, sorry. Just remember, I missed comma over there. See, now you can see that now because we're entering some wrong value because here we missed the comma. Now it is except is working till now. I'm entering the correct password only, but we missed comma over here. That's why it is showing. Okay, this is called debugging, guys. So if you are facing any issues, we can run step by step. That one will show in the Django only until it might be a little confusion. So this is how it is getting the except block is working. Now I need to work with this. Okay, now we have changed that. Let me save. Okay, fine. I'm just checking. My password is everything is fine. Again. Okay, let me pass this one here also. Why it is throwing error? Okay, incorrect details. Everything is incorrect. Sorry. Here only again. Then why? Something else. After try directly it is printing this one. Okay, that's fine. Okay, I just want to show you this one. Okay, for now you have seen already how to this one work, right? Okay. What is the command? Alt R. Okay, fine. Yeah, now just simply commenting my this one. Now just enter the password. Again, what happened? Put MySQL connector, everything is fine, right? Then my SQL dot connector. What happened to this? It is throwing error here itself only, man. Import mysql.connector is fine. mysql.connector is okay, and this connect to the server, everything is fine. Object is okay, and values is correct. Host, user, password, okay. Okay, port is not required. Port anyway, it is local, right? So directly it is take. Password is okay. Object cursor, everything is fine. Then why? Problem is here only, guys. Okay. Okay, let's check that one, guys. Why this one is throwing error? SQL dot connector or like dot only, we need to prefer this one. Then why? Okay, we'll just debug this one. Why? Module find. Come to ChatGPT. Now we have awesome AIs. Install right this one. Anyway, we are not using that in the environment. Okay, keep showing my list we have. So this one we have right list. Sorry, list. Find this is one command, guys. If you want to fetch only one single element, we can use this one. Pip list when we're getting complete list, right? After that, just use pipe symbol, then just find str. That means string. MySQL. See, we have right MySQL connector. It is there. Then why? This is one good things. If you are facing such issues, it is a awesome things to debug. Okay, anyways, I'll just check out this one and why we're getting error. We'll discuss later. So now I've seen that how to use this try and except and final block. Why? Because of this one, we are getting some error. Not sure why. Okay, I'll check this one. Now we have seen that how to use the try block as well as the except blocks and finally blocks. Now, till now, we have completed the complete Python almost. Now we have one more last topic. Sorry, two more topics. One is decorator and as well as the regression. Sorry, regular expression. Only these two topics. By tomorrow, we're going to finish that. And by Friday, I'm going to teach you how to work with this Excel and how to work with notepads, like how to connect through this Python. All real-time examples I'll show you. Okay, for today, do you have any questions? Okay, I told you how to install this notepad, right? Okay, anyway, we have time. I'll check out this one, guys. Why this one is throwing error? Anyway, you search the Google, everything is fine. See, we are facing everything is fine, but I'm not sure like why it is throwing error. I'll check that. Okay, let me show you how to install this Notepad++. Just Google it. Install Notepad++. This one, guys. This is installed by Microsoft. Just click on no install Notepad++. Just go to downloads. Here you can see. Just click on download. So which version am I using? Okay, if you want, you can use the same new version or like old version. Anyways, 7.6 blue version. Okay, let me check which version I'm using. Notepad++. Do you see? No. Okay, that's fine. No, you can use the latest ones. Just click on that. This 32-bit. You don't need. Download ARM source authentication valid. Bug fixes everything. Okay, fine. Just use this one installer. As soon as you just go here downloads, just click on this one installer. Yeah. Then just double click on it. Just normal software. You don't need to give any path, anything, nothing. Just simply click on that. This one, NPP installer. Yeah. I think I might seen somewhere, but I'm not sure like where did I saved. Okay, fine. Anyways, and one more thing, this one, my installer, sorry, MySQL installer, how to use this one, I'll show you in the Django only, because there we will use two types of databases. One is MySQL, and another is PostgreSQL. These are the major leading databases in current market. Okay, guys, just double click on that. It will start downloading, sorry, installing. Once installed, just click on that. Windows, here it can see just Notepad++, or else the shortcut Windows key plus R here itself. Now you will get the all suggestions over here if you use Notepad++. Okay, let's check this one tomorrow. So any questions or any doubts so far in complete Python self? Any questions or doubts? Or practicing is going good, right? I'll just stop this.